That is very loud. Good evening, race fans, and welcome along to the LFM 250 kilometres of Spa finale. We should be there. Yes, that's right, a very special event to mark a very special event. 250,000 users on LFM. Not to split hairs, but I do believe that it is actually 258,871. Another 114 joined today, which is very synchronistic because it's 113 million 44,610 competitive laps that have been driven here at LFM. Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa Automobilista 2, a race room, and WRC as well, all on the platform. Absolute number one stop for all the racing you could possibly want. 250,000 drivers. Can't be wrong. This week it's been a special one. The Nordschleife saw the Assetto Corsa gang out in the GT3s in Spa. It's a double header. Assetto Corsa Competizione, of course, there yesterday afternoon with the GT3s, the GT4s and the BMWs. I strongly encourage you to go back and watch that broadcast. That was quite a race. So too, the one at the North Side today. Automobilista 2 again at Spa, and in honour of the 250,000 users, it's a 250 kilometre race. The drivers will be taking part in today. Should be about 80 minutes. So we shall see how they get on. Of course, we'll see them make a stop, and there is safety cars in this one as well, which should make it extra interesting. We do have the drivers' names have all come through as their they have come through as their Steam names. So we will see some interesting names up on screen that will definitely keep me more than on my toes. I do know we've got some heavy hitters, as you would imagine you always do, here at LFM there, that are making their way out of the pits. Let's quickly get ourselves on board with some of the cars. Very, very nice. 30 drivers we've got. There's a 12-minute quali session. Oops. Apologies. There we go. Yeah, 30 cars that we've got out on track. As I say, 12 minutes of qualifying, and then what we expect to be about an 80-minute race. That has gone very loud again, but let's see if we can't get a bit more game volume. There we go. No? Sorry, just trying to balance out the volumes for everyone so we can still hear the games and everything that's going on. Let me know how that is in the chat. Dart Davy 17, thank you very much for the follow here at LFM. Over 5,000 on the English channel on Twitch, of course, over 10,000 on the German channel on Twitch. We've got broadcasts in Spanish as well, and the German and English YouTube channels. Good evening, whichever channel you're watching on. Huge thanks to everyone in building the 250,000 strong driver community. Of course, the broadcasts have been a big part of that as well. People enjoy watching them. I hesitate to say that because I do my fair share of them. Yeah, we'd love to do. Yeah, incredible races that you get to see. The drivers here in the Pro Series, they really do put the pro into it, and some of the drivers out here are going to be very quick as well. Oh, Rodriguez is out in the field. Excellent. Senna's out there as well. So yeah, to everyone out there that's been following along since the start or recently joined, thank you on behalf of the broadcasting team as well. We absolutely love it here at LFM, and the drivers really do put on a show, and we'll hope you have enjoyed it. If you do fancy driving yourself, of course, that's the most important thing. Get onto LFM and get yourself involved. No time's coming in quite yet. And of course, big thanks to Boris Schalk as well, the man that started it all. Watching Field of Dreams one day in his sim rig, and he thought, you know what, if I build it, they will come. And they certainly have in their droves. 258,000. It's not too bad. It is not too bad, but I will give that little bandwagon a break for now. We'll keep an eye on qualifying. The drivers are now on to their flying laps. We've now got 31 in the session. Good mix of cars as well. Well, Porsche, Aston Martin and BMW. The Porsche is quite OP, but if the qualifying session is anything to go by, it's very, very difficult to keep the back end of these things in any kind of check at all. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, Chevy's out there as well, sorry. That was the one that we missed. There we go. It does look a bit like a Honda. Definitely sounds different. Beautiful looking sim as well. We have G Foils. Thank you very much for the follow as well. Welcome in, welcome in. What we will do is get rid of that and that. There we go. we'll see how our drivers are getting on. Nobody else has joined. Now, it's showing Tomahawk for me, he's done a 2:17.7, but I'm not sure it was a valid lap. So we shall see. Quite bunched up on the track map. A lot of space there, empty up at the top, up through turns 1 and... A few cars in the pit as well, so I'm not sure if they're planning on doing a last to first maybe. Some of the drivers that I'd mentioned as well who we've got. We've got Dennis Shops making an appearance, team manager for 255. We'll see how he gets on. We've got Alexander Sen in as well, another alien level driver, as well as Theo Wake Up. Igor Glugos is in here. We've got Kartala and Noah Schneider from the Dynamic Motorsports by Kalnich, a very quick team on ACC. Let's see how they get on here today. Oops. On Automobilista 2. And there we go. Some quick times coming in. 2 minutes 11.5. That is absolute rockets. He's about 1.3 seconds quicker than Quadrato, who's just gone 8/10 quicker. Perfect timing to jump on board there, so he's just gone 8/10 quicker through the sector. Ooh, as the Porsche behind goes off. 17 drivers got a time done at the halfway mark, so some of them are going to be feeling the pressure. We're up to 32. That's another driver going quicker as well. Paskug. Solid representation from the Porsche. Rodriguez, just gets a bit squirrely around the swerves. Keeping that one interesting. 31 degree track temperature as well, so you'd think the tyres should be doing okay. Wake Up doesn't have a time set as yet. We'll see when he doesn't cross the line here. Comes into... He certainly was bold. Absolutely living up to the livery there. Crosses the line. Goes up to 9th place with a 2:15.4. Sen is 2:14.4 at the minute. 3 seconds off. He's got a car just ahead of him as well. That's going to keep it interesting. That's Paskug, I believe. And what we're looking at now, yeah, so Paskug just ahead, 21st place, 2:25, so he's got a lot of time to take off, and he has almost yielded. They're going to go side by side through Blanchimont in qualifying. Wow, and they both held it. Although Paskug certainly losing a lot of time there. Sen, sorry, through the final chicane. We'll see if he can improve on that lap time. .13.6. So he's gone 7/10 quicker. Vanya bringing up the rear at the moment. 22 cars have times set. As again, I did mention we'll have a safety cars out during the race as well. So it'll be interesting to see if and when that is deployed. Certainly, as you know, these are real drivers in real cars, so they start after the swerves. Straight in. We'll have a short rolling start for the race as well. So it will be a quick affair. M King's time has been encroached upon slightly by Quadrato, but not by much, still just under a second between those two. 6/10 back is Haunted. He will be if he makes any mistakes on his next lap. 3.5 minutes left, in fact 2 to go. Sorrow just coming out of the pits, 2:13.4, the Sen on a 13.6, CJ's on a 13.8. And gone full Mario Kart invisible there. 26 times now in, that is myself, so I won't be coming out of the pits. Oh yeah, of course, Dunpeel is broadcasting as well, and CB, that will be Chris who's also broadcasting on the German channel, so there we go. Three cars that definitely won't be setting times. This is the BMW Hanzo Voss, 15th place at the minute for Voss. Sorry, 14th place. One of the higher scoring BMWs at the moment. Do seem to have lost a bit of engine sound there. HGM1. Showing us 13th here. But yeah, M King still leading the way. He's not improved on his time. He set that benchmark 2:11 straight out of the blocks. 2:11.5. Quadrato's found another 10th. 600s down though. At the end of sector 1. Yeah, that's a lot when you're 8/10s down. No approval for Haunted either. Sorrow. Sen's in the pits with 2 minutes left, so no more qualifying for Sen. We do have another course coming out of the pits. Lemkin 7th in the Aston Martin. He's got himself a 2:14.2 at the minute. Nice bit of dust kicked up there. Yeah, 1.9 seconds off pole position at the minute. What he does do the next time in sector actually. And see if there is any improvement to be had on his lap. Does sound very good. He'll be coming through. There we go. He's half a second up. He is half a second up, which can only bode well for him. Ooh, now, yeah, he still needs to carry a bit of pace on. I'm just looking at that. He is 6/10 down on Sen, so he really needs to go full send into that bus stop chicane. Terrible to laugh at your own jokes. Heavy on the brakes. Round the corner we come. Really on and off that accelerator there, trying to get the car to steer the way he wanted it. Oops. Oh, he has gone quicker as well. Not quick enough though. He's into the 13s, but it is not quite enough to see him get past Sen. He is going to get another crack at the whip though. M King is dancing in the pit lane. Seedals. Yeah, not karaoke, just to clear the building. Seedals has jumped himself up to 2nd place and is actually up on his lap, nowhere near enough at the minute, but he has got 3/10 quicker than Quadrato, who is boogieing in the pit lane as well. Haunted 2:12.6. So we've got a 4-minute timer. Yep, there is Checker Flash coming out for a few of the field. Sen definitely in the pits. Jasper mad with Wake Up. All in the pits as well. Wake Up in the 13th position. Anti-Dynamico, I believe, is a long-time viewer of the Spanish streams, so good to see him out on track. 19th place. Oh no, that's Mecro. Sorry, some of my telemetry not quite updating as I would like it to. This is Lemka. We'll see if he can find any improvement. He's only 3/10 behind Sen and half a second behind Sorrow. And in fact, he's only 7/10. I say only. Yeah, just pluck 7/10 out of the air, no problem at all. Oh, and he's 4/10 down, so he's not going to do it. Let's see what Seidlitz can do. It's his Porsche into the final chicane, comes firing out. Oh, love the sound of that engine. Let's see what he can do across the line. No improvement. Jumps to the pits. So CJ in the Chevy. Is he taking it to the levee or is he taking it to pole position? 2:13.2. In fact, yes, so he needs to find a lot of time to encroach on pole position, but certainly he's done a 2 minute 13.2, and so is Gian's just ahead of him. So it'll be interesting to see if he can find 200. No, comes in at the pits. comes into the pits. Souza round the last corner. What can he do in his Porsche? 14.4. Another driver on 14.4. Is it enough? No, it's not. No improvement. So himself and Wake Up stay on 14.4. Pascal out the last corner. Leopard in 3D, I think it's just crossed the line. Yep, no improvement there. Pascal straight back in as well. So that is qualifying very quickly. Done and dusted. We'll get the full results of that up in a moment. Oops. Oh, so there we go. That is Michael Koenig that is at the top spot. Christian Boucher, Noah Schneider third. Dennis Shops in fourth place. Excellent. We've got Giancarlo Raggio and Clemens Bauer fifth and sixth. Lugos making it to seventh, and Sen in eighth place there. It's going to be very, very close between them all. Let me just see. Yeah, so Conor Boucher, Schneider, Shops, Raggio, Bauer, Lugos in 7th, Sen in 8th, Stefan Lemp, as we saw, finishing in 9th, and Vlasenko rounding out the top 10, Van der Vaart in 11th, with Andreas Grund in 12th, Field Wake Up in 13th, with Jose Souza in 14th, Hanzo Voss in 15th, with Marcus Bauer in 17th position, Duvendag in 18th, ahead of Pedro Garcia in 19th, and Friedrich Zimmer rounding out the top 20 with a 2:15.424. Pascal Gadea finishing in 21st in quali, Shivlers and Kertaya 22nd and 23rd, Furlano in 24th, Enja in 25th, Kova, Schmidt, Rodriguez and Ruiz rounding out the drivers that managed to get themselves a pit time. Yep, and we're already on to the short rolling start. There we go. The lights are up and it is green, green, green. They are absolutely flying into turn number 1. It's an absolute Porsche party up at the front of the grid. They're going what looks like 5 wide into Lazores, as you do. And we're going to see a big overtake here. Quadrato losing a position out. Sorry, him and Haunted swapping positions back again. Sadler's holding on to the lead. Quadrato back to second. Haunted and M. King now in 4th place. He's been absolutely jumped at the start. Completely missed that there, but he has been. Massively jumped. He's now down into 4th position. It looks like everyone has made it through very nicely indeed. Oh, a few stragglers just behind. Got a couple of cars. Sorry, that's the commentators that are in the pits. But yeah, so everyone did make it through. They're 2, 3 and 4 wide along the Kemmel Straight. Into Melnady we go down the hill. Oh, and it's changed and Lemp that are trading positions, and a bit of paint there as well. Vanya and Voss were having a battle with Souza as well. Oh, the 2 BMWs trying to make an advance on the Porsche. He's right out on the outside of Souza. That's not where he wants to be, and he could lose too. No, he fights back, manages to hold on to it, and that brings Filippo's Witch into the battle. Sorry, some cracking names I'm going to trip over today. Quadrato in the lead by 0.3 of a second. What a start has been for him. Sadlich and Haunted. M. King started in first, finds himself very quickly down into 4th place. Sen up to 5th with Sorrow in 6th, and Tienz and Len up in position each. Jesper down 1, Mad and Wake Up 1. HGM's gained a position as well. I believe Vanya and CG losing positions at the start. Souza and Filipowicz certainly looking to gain more. De Bock and Necro have held their position. Pascal down 1. Lee Bernardin is up as well. We've got Rodriguez is massively down the field. Oh, we've got a spinner. And he's managed to hold it. The BMW's managed to hold it. Tomahawk goes past, but Noftinator certainly didn't make his way through. The Zonda Freak in the Porsche up the inside of Blanchimont. We've seen him go through here in qualifying. They've managed to hold it in the race as well. The Porsche on the inside line with Aston Martin and Foxtrot and Felix Kova getting involved. Kova looking for a move, heroic move around the outside. Has he run himself to deep? No, he's carried beautiful pace here. He's gone full send, taking that apex, and he's taking the position absolutely beautifully there. Felix Kova and Zonda Freak still just at the front of that group. Quadrato and Salic are still first and second, and Haunted certainly will be haunted along the Kemmel Straight this time, as M King is fully focused on what's going on in front of him here. All the slipstream in the world from these drivers, and of course on lap 2 they're going to go 2 by 2 full nose arc formation. Sends up the inside. Oh, and he's gone full send. Far too late on the brakes there. No way he was getting that turn. He's taken the two of them completely out of the game. Salic definitely coming worst off there as he sees a mountain of cars in the back end of his car going. He's just tapped the back of a Chevy that was trying to make his way innocently past there. All kinds of carnage going off. Quadrato then is in the lead of the race by quite a margin considering what we've seen in the opening 2 laps. Sen up to second place for Haunted, now in third. Sorrow certainly won't be any tears of sorrow there. Fourth place, Jan's up to fifth. Jesper now sixth. Lemk in seventh position. M King is down to 8th place. Mad in 9th, ACM in 10th, and Salic outside the top 10 with a lot of work to do before the end of the race. And my position has frozen, but we'll stick with what we've got. So there's 2 seconds up there, and he's lap number 2, sorry. So of course they're going to have big improvements on their delta. M King, wow, what a start. We've got 29 cars still in the race. Rodriguez bringing up the rear, slight bit of damage on his Porsche car, started up in 16th place, so big fall there. Felix Kova now down to 28th after a spectacular move through the final chicane. Now finds himself massively down the field behind Anti-Dinamico. Apologies, Tomahawk VR finds himself in 24th place. Foxtrot and CJ swapping positions there. Foxtrot tried to get the move done. CJ doing the tango though, went dancing on through. But thanks very much. I'm here all week. Tip your mate. We've got Zonda Freak and VR. 21st Pascog going quicker. Oh, the BMW is going for it. Yep, VR getting that one done by the look of it. Very nicely done indeed. Still a 2-second gap up at the front. No such gap for second and third. It's a swap positions on the Kemmel Straight. Lap number 3, Haunted has gone past Sen. Completely undeterred by everything that's going on. Haunted with a very, very, very good move there. The slipstream Sen will be looking to counter that. He needs to keep up for the rest of the lap, though, at least until Stavolo, Gian and Jesper close behind. Here is Lemk being overtaken by M King. King definitely got pace around here. 2:11 in qualifying to take the top spot. And that is back up to 7th place. Sadlich back inside the top 10, gets ahead of Mad now under pressure from Voss in the BMW. He's got Wake Up in the post behind him, but that might be a BMW series. Filipovic goes for it into Puon, and yep, Porsche just running wide there. Wake Up just leaving him a bit much room, not getting any grip. Honour is the better part of Valor. Valor is the better part of Honour. Yeah, no grip, give a bit of lift. Oh yeah, you can see the marbles rolling across the track already. We're going to see a fair bit of degradation. Not as much as you would see, of course, if it was a much higher temperature, but 31 degrees. It's going to see the tyres rubbing a little bit, that's for sure. We've still got, in fact, the gap is increasing up at the front. Quadrato now 2.6 seconds ahead of the battling Haunted and Sen. Sen looking for a counter move. Is it going to be in exactly the same place that he lost it along the Kemmel Straight? At this pace you would think so, or has the fact that he's not got it done through Blanchimont a marker that Haunted is just hitting those corner exits a bit better. It doesn't look like we've had anybody in the pits yet. Rodriguez going past Felix Kova down at the back of the grid. Vanya and Tomahawk all involved here. In fact, Rodriguez going past Tomahawk as well. Tomahawk losing a lot. Oh, and we've got cars round the wrong way. And one facing the wrong way, one half facing the right way. Yeah, big contact between the two at the back there. Tomahawk coming worst off. Rodriguez back up and running. See a bit of damage on those cars. Let's see, Quadrato now 2.7 ahead of Haunted and Sen. This is playing right into his hands, but also these two, also be said, not losing any time to Sorrow behind them. Yeah, he is 5 seconds down with Gian's all over that gravel. King already back up to 6th place. So Jasper has fallen to King. Jasper now 7th under pressure from Lemke. So yeah, there we go. M King done Jasper all kinds of favours there. Brought Lemke along with him. Lemke now looking to jump past the BMW, trying to be the top non-Porsches. We'll have, yeah, top 6 still Porsche. Then it is a BMW and an Aston Martin. I was hearing that the Porsche were pretty OP round here. But again, as I said in the opening, from what I saw in practice, it's one thing being quick around here, it's another holding on to the back of the car. As we've seen already, it's a fun one to hold on to, but the drivers that can, certainly can. Quadrato 2.7 still ahead of Sen, who's still bringing Sorrow along with him. Bringing Sen along with him. We'll see how close he can get. Yeah, no, the Stavolo exit. Really not good for Sen there at all. And he is definitely losing a bit of ground. Ground that he can't be affording to lose at this stage, especially with King on an absolute charge. He's got Gian's firmly in his sight. Lenk still trying to get past Jasper. Another couple of drivers that are close. Foxtrot and Kova and Anti-Domenico, and it looks like Anti-Domenico has got the inside line, and Felix Kova really ran himself off track there. Got the overtake done though. Very nice work on the brakes. Easily makes his way through there. So Anti-Domenico, I think, might have just backed out that there ever so slightly. Let the quicker car through. Kovac's looking to catch back up, and in fact is 6/10 up on his lap time. Nice bit of slipstream for him as well. Foxtrot chasing down Mekro and Paskog. Paskog over the brow of the hill, so you'll let these two battle out with their slipstream. We've also got Mad and Zonderfreak. In fact, we've got a huge group of cars here. Zonderfreak taking a position on Mad, Mad taking it straight back again. Who's going to do what into the braking zone? We've got Wake Up at the front of this group, and he's going to need to be awake with Leopard in 3D no less. Very close behind Mad, CJ and Zonderfreak. Massively in the hunt in this one as well, as we can see. Mekro full steering. That's a nice attack on the double apex there. One hand off the wheel, there was so much crossover. You can see Foxtrot very close behind. Paskog's just run himself. Oh no, sorry, that's Clemens. You know, Paskog is coming up as Clemens for me as well. That is Kova. There is Zonderfreak. So he's dropped back off this battle actually. Oh, and it looks like we've lost another one there. The Porsche running monstrously wide there. Manages to hold on to it just about. Gets back on track. As Paskog is at the back of this, watching this group. Wake Up is no longer at the lead of the group either actually. As Leopardin now is with Mad in third place, second place as far as this is. Wake Up now got Zonderfreak and CJ just behind him, so the slipstream really is working wonders for these drivers when they're in the group. It's working wonders for the visuals as well, because that is a lot of side-by-side action into that final chicane. They've all made it through. Zonderfreak, bit of a sluggish exit there. Chris VR lost a lot of time on that lap in the traffic that he's in, so he'll be looking to gain that back. In fact, Jesper and Gian, sorry, these two very close indeed. Nem King looking to take another position, which he has indeed done. Oh no, sorry, it was fending off Jasper there. He's still trying to get past Jans, doesn't quite get that done. Oh, Sen and Haunted have swapped positions though. They have indeed, off the Kemmel straight. So there we go, there. It's Haunted, who is now down into third place. They've been on top of one another, and all the while, Quadrato absolutely sailing off into the sunset. Now got himself a 3.2 second gap. Oh, wake up in a battle with Zonda Freak. Zonda Freak got the inside. Is he going to hold it? He is indeed. Is this going to give enough room for Chris as well? No, through Speaker's Corner, nothing doing there. Now down the hill we go, and potentially Fulsen takes it up the inside. Wake Up massively. Just backed out with that one there. Knew the BMW was going to have the grip through there. That's brought Mecro right into this hunt as well, though. I'm not sure that was the intended consequence that Wake Up was hoping for. And Mecro and Mad now looking to rejoin. Mad looking for a position, are looking to hold on to it. When the Chevy's run wide and he's going to lose the spot, Pascal is going to come through. CJ on the gravel and off of the track. Foxtrot should have a chance to catch back up, because CJ's been dropped right off the back of this group, 6 seconds down on that lap, and a nice bit of slipstream for Mad and Wake Up along towards the Paul Ferrer. I can never pronounce that, so we'll just call it the Blanchimont straight to bend, and they're side by side once again. No, they're not. Very nearly though, as Mecro trying his best to hang on to this one. He sees his opponent try and go around the outside. Oh, Wake Up's run a bit deep there. He's had to go heavy on the brakes as the flames fire out the side. It's Leopardin 3D. Sorry, he's making a move up ahead actually, or just lost the position. Mecro, Wake Up and Pascal, they're still battling here. Going to need to switch some of this telemetry off. I think CJ's still at the back. Pascal, Wake Up, Mecro now tearing away a little bit. Pascal still trying to get past there. Haunted and Sen still within a couple of tenths of one another. M King is past Gian's, so he is now leading this 4-strong train that's got a BMW and an Aston Martin, as Seidlich is back up to 8th position. The Porsches really are quick around here. Gian's now under pressure from another driver that's been on the front row, and King is, yeah, he is breaking away very quickly indeed. How long is it going to take him to catch up to Sorrow? Sen and Haunted still within a couple of tenths. They're actually gaining a bit of time on Quadrato. I don't think he's run into any traffic as yet. Just having a leisurely cruise, saving his tyres at the minute surely. Haunted, oh Sorrow, King, sorry, I thought someone changed there. Seidlich still in 7th, ACM 9th and Voss in 10th place. Zonda Freak and Chris VR still pretty close. The Box had a good solid start to the race. Not too far down on Filipovic, all things considered. He's got a good gap back to Jasper in the battle going on there. So he'll be able to continue that trend. The rest of the field down here have had their incidents. They're still running though. Oh. And that is Vanya just having another off-track excursion there. Out of Puon and into the gravel. Tomahawk goes back through. Let's see what else we've got in close proximity. Voss and certainly Souza. He'll be looking to uphold Porsche's honour around here today and get himself caught up to the Beamer ahead of him. HGM, big gap there. Sen still about 3-4 tenths behind, so these two seem to swap for a lap, maybe 2, and then swap right back again, although this time Haunted holding on to it for a bit longer. They're still maintaining that gap to Quadrato. It's still below 3 seconds. It had been above. But at this stage, Quadrato could very easily, as I mentioned, be on tyre saving duties, given the gap that he's got, and you'll see how close the two behind him are. King a bit down if that'll hold still. Was he now? 3.7 seconds down on Sorrow. We'll see how quickly that drops. You can see Gian's and Seidlitz not far behind. Right, so Gian's feeling the pressure once again, and Aston Martin surely of Lemke will be looking to strike as and when possible. All about that slipstream. If he gets this Stavlo exit right, it could make it an interesting entry into the final chicane. He does so, absolutely. Foot down here, you need to be bang on your gear changes as well. Oh, is he carrying a bit early though? Nope, see, he moves over there, he's going to throw it in towards that apex, hope for the big exit, not getting left behind. Yep, the Porsches really are top dog around here. And he's just run a bit wide there as Seidlitz looking for the overtake, couldn't get it done, and Lemke couldn't keep up with the slipstream, but he's been thrown an absolute lifeline into Le Source as there is more going on, as we can see in the background. That might be a blue flag car. Yes, we're a bit down, that's De Bock and Souza. He was just running a bit wide out of the last corner. Oh, Sen and Haunted, Quadrato's in 4th place. Quadrato is in 4th place. There's no replay function. Quadrato's down in 4th. Haunted is in the lead of the race. Sen in 2nd place. Sorrow in 3rd, and Quadrato with no damage. So I wonder if that was an off track. I did say the Porsches, there was a lot to hang on at the back, and if you've been going Uber with your setup, you could certainly find yourself in trouble. So King, 5th position. Quadrato down in 4th. He's not far behind Sorrell, but we'll see if he can get caught up before they'll have to come into the pits to take on some fuel. Haunted and Sen still within 4/10 of a second one another, but it is now for the race lead, and that's something they would have envisaged a couple of laps ago, I'm sure. Certainly not this quickly anyway, so we'll stay on board. Oh, and see how they get on through this lap. We'll have had a couple of cars further down the field. Mecro has come in to the pits. Vanya's been in as well. Oh, not quite close enough. Heavy on the brakes, pulls out the slipstream. Love the sound of these engines bouncing off the wall. Down into the double apex. They're in the speaker's corner. We go once again. We are 10 laps in. We've had multiple lead changes so far. More positions looking to change hands in the mid pack as well. Filipowicz and Souza, 11th and 10th. Souza has been up and down the order today already. We're not long into this, and he's had an interesting race so far, to say the absolute least, and he's looking to get himself closer to a top 10 spot, and you can see the top 10 not far ahead of him, with Voss under pressure from Leg, the BMW and Aston Martin drivers ejected almost completely from the top 10. by the Porsches ahead of them. They really have got this bang on here today. The Chevy of HGM running well in 8th place. Jesper just running off the back of the block a bit now. He's dropped down the order as well, in fact. So yeah, I think he's on a bit of an off track, no damage, so it doesn't look like he's just run wide, picked up a bit of gravel on the tyres. Hasn't had a pit stop, so he is still out and running. Near Pardon as well, he is carrying a bit of damage, you can see on the front of the car there. Definitely not looking aerodynamically sound. Quadrato's just gone past Sorrow. We've missed that one. Oh, because Sorrow's gone off. Sorrow was off at the last chicane and almost into the pit lane there. So, yeah, back end hits the left-hand curve. It will eject you across into the pit entry. And yeah, it looks like that's what's happened here, but whatever's happened, it's King that is now up to 5th position. And Seidlitz has actually made his way past as well, sorry. So while that's going on, so King had to take avoidant action, but Seidlitz, because he was a bit further back, he was able to react that bit quicker, and he's actually made it back past King. Wow. So these two back up to 4th and 5th. Quadrato back up to 3rd place. Sen and Haunted still 1st and 2nd, and only half a second separating them. They've got about 8 seconds back, or 8 seconds back is Quadrato. Oh, wow. This one is getting a bit spicy. We'll see how they react. They've got a pit stop still to take. Chris VR, getting a bit lively into Lecum. Does manage to hold that onto it though. Down the hill we go. Leah Pardon as well. Sorry, it was CJ and Wake Up that I was looking for. Wake Up now in 18th position. Again, not where he started. He has dropped down quite a few, and CJ looking to take another position if he can. We'll see what the shit. Oh, and he's gone for it up the inside. That is a phenomenal move there. It definitely takes two to tango. I wonder if Wake Up was carrying a bit of damage here, because CJ made that look very, very, very easy indeed up that inside line. And that is a very nice overtake done indeed. Sorry, a couple of setup issues at this end. Leux89, thank you very much for the follow as well. Welcome in to LFM. It is the 250 kilometre race to celebrate 250,000 drivers, and what a race we are being treated to. Lap 2 incidents. By the time we got to the end of lap 3, we've seen the lead change hands multiple times, and it's about to change hands again as Haunton goes back up to the top, but Sen retakes the position. So Sen holding on to it. Wow, yeah, these two have been swapping positions from 4th and 5th, 3rd and 4th, 2nd and 3rd, and now up to 1st and 2nd. Quadrato is closing the gap now. He's got it down to 7 seconds. Seidlitz still defending, and in fact leaving M King behind a bit. Sorrow 4 seconds down on them. Jansen 7th place. HTM in 8th, with Lemke in 9th, and Filipovic a bit back. He's got Voss in the BMW and De Bock in Aston chasing him down for his position in the top 10. Jasper's just gone past Souza. These two having a ding-dong battle inside the top 15. Paskog is back on the hunt for positions after he's had a small off-track, couple of bumps. Can't get the move done as Wake Up is in full defensive mode against Rodriguez just ahead of him. He'll be looking for a 2-for-1 here. Three-way post battle just outside the top 20. Nofton, Nater and Felix Kova. Anti-Domenico, Tomahawk, Mad, Vanya. Oh, Mad's in the pits. So the engineer's out. Meko is out. Yeah, those two have both taken pits. Mad back out in 12th place. Let's see what the race leaders are doing. Oh, they're having fun in the finals again, certainly from our point of view. Taking the defensive line, did Sen. Is that going to cost them? Into Lassours. Yeah, backs right out of that. Keeps a tighter line. Oh, Sen's been sold a dummy there. Or has he just taken a wider line and held it? He really has. Managed to carry all that momentum round the long way. Round it the long way. As Haunted took the apex. Now it's an interesting place to catch up. He's really going to have to lift, and that has ruined his chances of getting anything done at the end of the Kemmel Straight. He was so close here to lift going up the hill, and that is absolutely not where you want to be lifting. That is where you want to be absolutely flat. You can see, yeah, that's cost him a fair bit of time on his fastest lap, and that's one of the bigger gaps that we've seen between the two of them, although off the Kemmel Straight. Beautiful work on the brakes to close it back down once again, with a quarter of a second separating the top two. As Quadrato now got the gap to under 7 seconds. Seidlich got himself a 2-second gap back to M King, so M King's charge back through the field has been put on something of a hiatus after taking avoiding action or a potential contract with Sorrow. Again, we've got no replay function. Although, do we have... no incident log, unfortunately. But yeah, so 100%, they are still on the front. So yeah, not sure what happened to Sorrow and King. Whatever it is, I think King might be carrying a bit of damage, because his lap times are certainly suffering as well, has to be said. And he is losing time hand over fist to Seidlitz at the moment. Seidlitz doing a good job matching Quadrato for pace, and at the moment, oh, Haunted is now 5 seconds down. Whoa, Haunted has lost 5 seconds to Sen. So I wonder if that's an off track or a bit of contact between the two of them, but as soon as we look away, now that's the biggest gap we've seen between the top two in the race so far. Sen half a second down on his delta. Yep, so something's happened on that lap, and Haunted is now being haunted by Quadrato. This is not the battle he envisaged through Lassours halfway through that previous lap, that is for absolutely sure. And Seidlich is closing. Not only that, I think Sorrow is catching up to King as well. Whether King is carrying some damage or fuel tyre saving, it's very strange. Oh, Pascog under pressure. Wake up, sorry, under pressure as Pascog goes through, and Rodriguez looking to make it a 2-for-1 if he can. It's very close. Through Blanchimont, certainly into the final chicane. No, he doesn't have. I was going to say he's got he's got a bit of a shout for to take some of the land territory on the way in. Not quite the word I was looking for. It will come to me very shortly, I'm sure. Oh, and he's down on that lap time as well. So is Sawyer. Luckily for him, Foxtrot is a bit behind still. Oh, and there's all kinds of run right there, and Wake Up has massively missed his brakes into Lassours, and that has left Rodriguez and Pascal absolutely fire off into the distance. And I tell you what, Foxtrot, he is not far behind. There is Wake Up, and there is Foxtrot. So Pascal and Rodriguez, let's see what they can do into the Melody complex. He's on that inside line, yeah. Maybe just staying out the slipstream a bit there. Let's go back to the podium battle. Haunted. I'd love to know what happened between those two up at the front. Sen now 5.4 seconds ahead. Haunted with no such luxury. And look how close Seidlich is as well. He is absolutely not messing about. Keeping up with these two ahead and closing that gap significantly. As we can see, Haunted now really is feeling the pressure from Quadrato as we come to the end of lap number 16. Sen with a 5-second lead, but then Haunted, Quadrato and Seidlich only separated by a second into Lassours. Oh, Tony's really tried to put the power down as much as possible and maybe a bit too lively on the loud pedal as says, let's see the back, sees the back of the car, stepping out just enough to see him drop out of slipstream range. Beautiful camera angle. As they head up the hill, Haunted will of course reach there first. He moves over, trying not to give away any slipstream. King and Sorrow not quite as close. Gian's now pretty much running his own race, 3 seconds down. He's a 5-second gap over HGM. In 8th place, Lemke in 9th, and Filipowicz still rounding out the top 10. VR has got a bit of time to make up to Jesper. Got Zonderfreak keeping him honest at the moment. Paskog and Rodriguez still very close as their battle, and Wake Up and Foxtrot. Foxtrot really getting dragged back into that as well, which is good. I think the rest of the cars have had themselves some pit stops. A bit down on his time, that'll be the tyre wear. What would there is to say? Yeah, 15 laps in, so we're almost at the halfway mark. Yes, we are almost at the halfway mark of the 250 kilometre celebration of 250,000 fans. We are at my beloved Spa, and what a race it has been. Sorrow and M King are now very close. King is charged through the field. I definitely think something's up. Doesn't look to be much damage on the front of the car, so is it just a little knock on the suspension, or? Lap times are suffering. He was charging through the field, and in fact, well, in saying that, he's just set a personal best sector. Sorry, that was Sorrow that set a personal best sector there. Yes, because it's Sorrow we're on board with. So yeah, Sorrow getting the time set. Oh, and he really is, as you can see, closing in. So yeah, I think King's going to have a bit of extra time in the pit stop, getting something repaired, because the pace and the time is absolutely hemorrhaging at the moment. And yeah, there you go. Sorrow a whole 10.5 down on their fastest laps, still enough to keep well within striking distance of King ahead of them. Quadrato and Haunted still battling away. Sazelit's losing a bit of time on that last lap. But certainly nothing to be overly concerned about from his point of view. These two heads still absolutely ding-dong going at it, and Quadrato making the most of that slipstream to set a decent first sector time. And with the two of them running so close as well, I do wonder if that is helping their time, because they have closed the gap by half a second. Oh no, as I say that, Sen increases it by 0.3. It was over 5.5, it's now under 5.2. So just under the 5.5 mark. We'll see if they can keep that going. Zonderfreak comes in to the pits. He's going to take on fuel. As I say, we're almost at the halfway mark, so not a bad time to get it done. The pit crew working furiously. That's a long time for the fuel. There we go. Oh, we've already done the tyre change. Oh, he's sluggish out the box. Okay, yeah, that seemed like a bit of a slow getaway there. Paskog and Rodriguez. Oh, he's gone for it up the inside. Has he managed to hold it? He is indeed. He's round the outside through the Melody Complex, and down the hill we go. And it's Rodriguez who gets himself up to 17th. Paskog now in 18th, and Wake Up and Foxtrot behind him. I did mention Foxtrot getting brought into the battle. And he definitely has been since he's been invited down. He has certainly taken up the opportunity. He's keeping Wake Up very honest at the minute indeed. Much like the drivers up at the front. In fact, I think we need to check. Haunted, Sadelitz starting to close in a little bit now. He's maybe spotted a couple of weaknesses in the laps of the drivers ahead. Now he's been behind them for a couple of laps. Oh, King comes into the pits. So here comes the pit crew. There go the tyres. And then we'll bang it full of fuel. Sen staying out, so we'll see where King comes back out. Filipowicz goes through. Voss is going to come through, so is Jesper, yep, CVR, CJ. Yep, he'll be there for a while. Still fueling up. That'll seem like a lifetime. And yeah, see, there we go. He was moving before the fuel had even been disconnected there. So that was definitely a slow stop. Mad, of course. He is the lead driver that's taken a pit stop so far. He is... Oh, Zonderfreak, sorry. Of course, Zonderfreak came in lap 16. Sousa was in lap 13. And they are a fair bit down, but it does look like King off and flying once again. He's back at 15th position. Oh, now Clemens pitted on lap 2, but I think that was for damage. I'm not sure he's going to still be able to run to the end. Tell you what, if he can run at the end, that's quite the undercut. Although his tyres will not be much compared to the other drivers around them, if that is the strategy. Gallard 9X, good evening. Thank you very much for the follow on the LFM Twitch channel. Good to see you in. Thank you for joining. We've got quite a race in our hands. What are we, 17 laps deep. So the halfway mark fast approaching. Oh, and Haunted has been overtaken. I've missed that. I've got another change up the top. On Seidlitz just getting shown the extreme outside line there by Haunted, who took a good defensive line into the final chicane, and so much so he's managed to hold on to the spot for the moment, but that's Quadrato then. Up to second place. Let's see if he can make any inroads on Sen's lead. Sen has stayed out, no pit stop for the race leader. Quadrato second, Haunted third, Seidlitz in fourth, Sorrow in fifth positions, Jans in sixth, HGM in seventh, and Lemke in eighth place, Philippa Witz in ninth, and De Bock currently in 10th place. Of course, then King has taken that pit stop. Clem's ahead of him, has been in the pits as well, but that was a lap 2 pit stop, so I'm thinking there will need to be another stop. There's Jasper coming into the pits. Sorry, already in. We've got more cars, another BMW coming in as well, so more fuel getting handed out. That is Chris VR coming in, pretty much on the halfway mark now for these drivers. Yep, 18 laps in. Gallard 9X, we did get that one. Tomahawk is in the pits as well. That was the BMW coming in. Sorry, the Chevy coming in. BMW on the move. Wake up, making up a position. It is the short exit to the pits here, so they just come out. Boom, there we go, on the left hand side. And yeah, they do have a bit of pace, but Chris, oh no, VR's come out. That's Foxtrot and Sousa, and there is Jasper there, so he comes out just ahead of Sousa. So that is that is decent then. Certainly Sousa might have a good chance of getting past here, I think. Colder tyres. You would have thought he would have had a good run. He's going to have a good look at it up the inside. Certainly the warmer tyres are going to help. They're going to need to... No, they're not. Not quite enough to get past. Let's see if Sen comes in. Nope. No pit stop for Sen so far. Quadrato through the final chicane. Decides to stay out. And Seidlitz past Haunted. Seidlitz goes past Haunted through the final chicane. And that is Seidlitz back on the podium. What a drive. Rodriguez as well, actually, back up to 15th place. Wake up holding on to 17th again. A lot of pit stops still to come. Jasper on his outlap. And that is close there. Jasper close to Wake Up. They're effectively running different races at the minute. Wake Up still to take a pit stop, but that doesn't mean he can't defend this one. Sousa has taken a pit stop as well, a bit earlier than Jasper, so it's good for him that he's managed to get this close. Yeah, he's really closed the distance. I tell you what, Wake Up is going to be feeling that pressure, and so is Jasper there. Sousa getting a nice bit of double slipstream, so he really is going to be absolutely flying. Stays behind the BMW. Can he get something done on the brakes? In fact, Wake Up there did seem to just yield to Jasper, I think he realises, in fact, he's not. He's running a slightly different race to these two, given that they've been in the pits and he's not. So there's no point in getting caught up in battles that aren't going to help your final outcome. If there's a potential it's going to slow you down, then just let them through, run their own race. De Bock coming in to the pits. We're seeing them coming freaking fast now. Sen just coming out with Stavolo, so Blanchimont, final chicane, potential for a pit. We'll see what happens there. The top four still very close. Sorrow and Gian 6 seconds apart. Sorrow running in 5th at the minute. We'll see if running that a little bit longer as well. Oh, Souza. Oh, there's a contact there. Souza and Wake Up. They've made contact on the Kemmel Straight, and Souza absolutely bouncing off the walls there. Oh, that. Wow. That is a whole lot of damage there. Just caught the end of that incident there. Wake Up and Souza. Huge contact, and that is going to be blood in the water for Foxtrot. Yeah, Delta Foxtrot is not going to need too many invitations. Quadrato and Haunted in the pits. Oh, and he's lost the back end. Out of well, I was going to say out of absolutely no place. The back end of that car looks like it's been through a mangler, so not really any surprise. I did say a couple of times. Back of the Porsche, not easy to hang on to around here. Take away any aerodynamics that it does have at the back, and it's now impossible as he finds himself way off the track. No downforce on the back of that car at all at the minute as he furiously spins the tyres to try and get back on track. Brutally painful one there for the Porsche driver. Haunted out of the pits ahead of Quadrato. So they've had a quick turnaround. That's not too bad for Haunted. He's done with their limp up to 6th position at the minute, but the one that we're looking for, of course, is Sen. Stayed out. Seidlitz has stayed out as well. So too have Sorrow, Gians and HGM. Lemkes as well, but he was outside the top 10 when the pit stop started. So I do think he is going to drop well behind King, who's only got Voss ahead of him before he's into the top 10. Got a 14-second gap there, but that will of course disappear when they come into the pits. Let's see, Sen should be into the final chicane. Not quite. It does have a blue flag ahead of him. We'll see him navigate that. Is this now the time to come into the pits? I was going to be saying now that he's hitting traffic, he's got 24th ahead of him, but does have a bit of a gap up to 23rd, so might well decide to stay out. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, there we go, the BMW gets out of the way and Sen does stay out for another lap. Let's see, Seidlitz, he's staying out as well. Sorrow just coming through Blanchimont. Let's see what he does. Silver Zito, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Thank you to everyone that is liking and subscribing on the YouTube channel as well. Unfortunately, I don't get notifications of that, but huge thank you to everyone that's helping the channel grow so quickly. The races so beautifully back catalogued and broadcast live on YouTube as well. So yeah, anyone that is watching on Twitch, if you ever want to go back and watch all the races stored on YouTube, so make sure you jump over, entire series on there, some incredible racing to be had. Much like we've got here, Seidlitz is going quicker than Sen at the minute, but only by a couple of tenths here and there. Leopardin still needs to come into the pits. M King has been in. He is still closing, or sorry, still got 14 seconds to Voss, who's shown some good pace at the minute. At Lemp, got Haunted and Quadrato. And in fact, yeah, sorry, this is something that's just dawned on me, of course. Quadrato and Haunted, I've not put all this together yet. They are a fair bit up on King. So I'm not sure how well the undercuts work for him as Rodriguez comes in to the pits. Wake Up and Foxtrot have stayed out. They've gone past CJ and Chris VR both go through. So on the freaking the box taking his pit, of course. Yes, he has. Zon de Freak, Chris VR, Clemens, they've all taken their pits, and Rodriguez will be on his way out. There we go. He is indeed. Lemke, HGM, still 3 seconds apart. Haunted and Quadrato, overall race leaders. Oh, or are they race leaders? Sorry, because Sen is actually gaining time on Seidlich again, and has stayed out. So really is looking to break the back of this race. That's 22 laps that we're into this one, so well over the halfway mark. With 16 laps for this, that'll take them to the 250 kilometres. No wind for today. Very dry, consistent 31 degrees. So the tyres, the drivers don't know exactly what the tyres are doing. They're getting the most out of them, as and when they need. Certainly the ones up at the front definitely are. Seidlich 6.5 seconds down, so Sen really is doing well. Only a 10.5 down on his personal best. Sorrow still in third, with Janssen fourth, HGM in fifth, and Haunted in sixth. The top six all still to take a pit stop. There is Quadrato. Sorry, there is Haunted and Quadrato. Someone else has just come in, because Haunted, sorry, is 6th place. They're 5 ahead to take their pits. I think we've lost the driver. Tomahawk's down at the back of the field after an early pit stop. Mecro and Mad in the same boat as well. Souza not long out of the pits. Been some serious action with some of the drivers further down. And M King back in the pits. Wow, so M King back in the pits. Oh, he's maybe underfueled. Wow. That's going to make it interesting for him, because that's him back out in 14th place. Pascock hasn't pitted yet. Jasper has, though. Leopardin hasn't pitted. He's carrying damage. He's actually doing really well to keep the car going, given the condition that it's currently in. But yeah, you would definitely think coming in getting that repaired sooner rather than later for the long-term prospects of the race. Not too bad an idea. As Sen does come into the pits. On-track race leader comes in. Seidlich stays out. Will have a lap in the lead of the race as Seidlich changes a couple of tyres. Sorrow comes in. So Sorrow joining the race leader. Gianz is staying out. HGM1 staying out as well. Quadrato going past Haunted. The swap positions off the end of the Kemmel straight. Once again we're seeing Porsches battling through the final chicane, and it's Quadrato that's come out on top. Haunted. We'll see Quadrato just appear on the right hand side. He is right in his pocket. He's going for the cutback. No, he's not. Holding a wider line. Trying to carry the momentum. So that is Quadrato. And Sen is out and running. He's just ahead of them. So Quadrato and Haunted battling away. They've got Sen not far ahead of them now, but he's only a second ahead, and these two are in the slipstream. Both cars, of course, when they're in two cars in the slipstream, both cars benefit. And I tell you what, Haunted is just slingshotted alongside. I'm not going to get it done on the way in to the Melbourne Complex. Can he get it done on the way out? No, he cannot. Does he even want to push his luck round here, though, given the race lead is just ahead of him. So it's going to be a three-way scrap for the lead very, very shortly indeed. King down at 15th position as Voss comes into the pits. Jasper comes down the last corner. Pascog still to take a pit stop as well, running at 12, so he's going to lose a couple of positions there. Wake Up has been overtaken by Foxtrot. Wake Up with the damage repaired. Foxtrot up to 17th with Chris VR in 16th, not far behind. M King, 2 pit stops. Love to know what's going on there. Lemke has pretty much caught up to the back of these two battling away, and Sen is still holding on to the lead. As you can see, Haunted has a beautiful view of that race lead ahead of him as they head in towards Blanchimont. We've got 23 laps. There's Seidlich coming into the pits as the top three are coming through Blanchimont. We're going to get ringside seats to see Seidlich coming out of the pits from here, I would say. He is going to be right in the mix. Heavy on the brakes. That sounds like another car beside him. Oh yeah, it was. We have a back marker just pulling into the pits. Oh, it's Gian's that they caught up to then. So Seidlich still showing us in the pits. These two coming in, coming into La Source. There goes Quadrato. There goes Haunted. And where is Seidlich? Oh, he's just been released from the pits and he's been overtaken by Lemke. Lemke, who still needs to pit, has got himself between Seidlich and the podium battle. So that's, I mean, it could be worse. He's close enough to get himself a nice bit of slipstream to try and catch up to the cars ahead, but certainly Haunted being left behind a bit actually. Quadrato now within 6/10 of Sen, so that could be the one to watch, but certainly Seidlich getting past this Aston Martin, definitely going to be the one to watch. This could be the difference between second, first, third, depending on how long this battle takes him. Lemke, as I say, currently in third place, but does have still to take his pits, and yeah, he's just backed out with that. I think he's realised again, I'm running a different race to these drivers. No point in taking defensive lines, potentially compromising your own lap to let someone on a different race through. So that's Lemke down to 4th, Seidlich onto the podium as Quadrato and Sen are now the two cars battling away. It's been an interesting proposition up at the front of the field so far, and these two looking to continue that. So yeah, jump up on the roof, 4/10 of a second between the top two. Lemp still to take his pits, couple of cars left to take their pits. Foxtrot is in. I think that might actually be a second stop for him. Tomo, Mekromad, Danya all taking their pits early doors, so too did Souza after some early contact. We've got, that's Vanya that we've just gone past in fact. Oh, I tell you what, that's absolutely played into the hands of Quadrato there all day long. That's exactly what he was looking for. Perfectly positioned. Absolutely went there. Couldn't have been a worse time as these two go side by side. The Porsches really do love that final chicane going side by side. Quadrato got his nose in front into the braking zone through the source, but instead it comes back with the inside line. Lemke comes into the pits. We'll see where Filipowicz, he's ahead of Sorrow, ends up after that, but Quadrato back behind Sen with a 3-car battle ahead of them, and these two are definitely quicker than the 3 ahead. Oh, and that Aston Martin is looking like it's been a bit caught out there. Oh, Quadrato flying around the outside. On Sen's ended up on the grass trying to go past them. Oh, he's got a lot of damage. He's just touched the Aston Martin. There's huge damage. There's cars absolutely every place. There's bonnets, there's bumpers. And Sen has made it through. Question, no he's not. Oh my lord, that is an accordion right there. Oh, and that is a couple of the back markers. I think it's Anti-Dynamico and Felix Kova down at the back of the field making huge contact. There is nothing left on the front of that car. I mean, I've heard of trying to shed as much weight as possible. Oh, and there goes the rear spoiler as well, so he's going to have no braking whatsoever, no consequence though to Quadrato. He has sailed through that. Sen though, long time race leader, pits right at the end, and the front of that car is absolutely buckled, to use a local colloquialism. Oh, that's not what you need, and it was the slightest of touches between the two Aston Martins that has cost Sen hugely. Haunted, completely factory fresh looking behind him. He is going to gobble up that position. I think Filipowicz and Sorrow might even catch him as well. They're at the pits in 5th and 6th. Janssen Lemps 7th, and Lemke in 8th place after his pit stop with everything that's gone on. There's the Bock in 17th. Wake Up back in for a second pit stop. And Quadrato absolutely sailing. Seidlich sailing as well. This Haunted already past Sen and another back marker. Sen now got Filipowicz closing the gap You would think he's going to come into the pits. Yeah, there's no way you can... what do we have? 26 laps, so we've got about 10 laps left. There ain't no way he's making it to the end. Absolute heartbreak for Sen. Phenomenal race up to that point. Can anyone catch Quadrato now? He has got a 5.4 second gap over Sedlich, who we've seen drop the absolute hammer. Oh, of course, Filipowicz hadn't taken his pit yet. So Filipowicz is in. Yep, damage being repaired for both of the Astons, Antidynamico and Felix Kovac. Tomac at the back, Filipowicz, sorry, in. So that's lent back up to 7th place. HGM1's going to get himself a spot. I think Jasper is as well. His tyres are going to be starting to feel the pace now, though. Or they certainly will come the end of the race. He pitted quite early compared to some of these drivers. Haunted on the podium and got himself about 20 seconds back to Sorrow in 4th place. So yeah, he just needs to keep the head down and concentrate. Sen back at the pits now. I'm assuming that's a graphical glitch. I'm thinking, or maybe he only got parts of the car repaired. But yeah, still got that front bumper absolutely bouncing about there. Sedlich 5.9 seconds down. Chris VR catching up to CJ. M King back in 11th place after that second pit stop. He's not long gone past CJ and is pulling away on the straight. Pascog into the pits as well. Wakog not close enough to get back past. So Pascog's going to hold on to 19th. Andy Domenico back out. He's lost a couple of positions since coming out of the pits, in fact. Mecro making up a spot. Felix Kovac managed to stay ahead and off the Nater. Despite carrying that damage on the BMW, it almost looks like Elvis. On the front left, front right. In 25th, Mad and Vanny with the early pit stop. So again, their tyres. Oh no, Madl came in again on 20. So the tyres are not going to be too old. They will be coming to the end of the race. Souza, Foxtrot and Wake Up, as I mentioned, just outside the top 20. Sedlich closing in on Quadrato. That gap down to 5.1. Sen is coming back in. Right, I wonder if he maybe accidentally didn't repair the damage. Yeah, insta repaired that time. Oh, that is heartbreak. So yeah, if we were going to have to make a guesstimation here, the facts would certainly suggest that he's forgotten to repair the damage. Apologies if there's been a break in the stream there. It's just popped up to say we're live. Hopefully everyone is still connected. Yep, we're good, we're good. Sen back at the pits, 10th place, just ahead of King, who's still got CJ all over the back of him. In fact, CJ certainly not giving up the hunt for 11th position, and into the Melody Complex could really make it interesting here. We can hold this one around the outside. Oh, just runs himself a bit off track, takes a position while off track there, so potentially, yep, going to give it back. Although it's still going to hang in there. Down the hill we go. Is he going for the cutback through the double apex? This would be a nice one if you can get it stuck around the outside of the speaker's corner. And down the hill doesn't manage to do so, but it certainly is keeping King very much on his toes at the moment. Oh, and King's run wide. That is all she wrote on that one then, King. I mean, the back of that Chevy's got a bit of damage as well, but King, I think, is still having some long-term after effects from an early incident. Quadrato running up at the front still, but the gap now down to 4.6 seconds. That is 1 second in the last 2 laps. We've got 8 laps still to go. The mathematicians amongst us mean it's going to be a last lap battle if it keeps going this way. Although along the Kemmel Straight there, Quadrato really heading for the hills. Gap up to 4.8 haunted. Dropping a bit of time to the drivers ahead, but certainly gaining time still on Sorrow in 4th place, who as well is gaining time on Gian's behind Lemke in 6th, HGM1 in 7th, and Filipowicz. We'll get the full names, of course, in the results at the end. It has pulled over everyone's Steam names. Sten and Den CJ in 11th, and yeah, getting a good run on M King since getting past VR and Zonda Freak. Oh no, that's a back marker. Yes, that is Kova. Indeed it is in the Aston Martin. De Bock and Voss. Oh, Voss comes into the pits. Second pit stop. That does look like it's for damage. Oh. Yeah, a couple of BMWs. A bit worse for wear. And Seidlitz now down to 4.3. It is getting closer yet. Nofton Nater, the other car that was in the pits there. Sorry, Seidlitz. 4.4 seconds now is the gap there. Lemke is closing in on Gian's as well. Ooh, now we could see a little duel for 5th position before the race ends, and Filipowicz as well. HGM in the Chevy, Filipowicz in the BMW. There's only a couple of seconds separating these two, and certainly Filipowicz with the later pit stop will have better tyres. Only by a couple of laps though. HGM, yeah, 2 laps difference between when the two of them pitted. Oh wow, Seidlitz is destroying the gap to Quadrato. No traffic recently for Quadrato, just losing a handful of time over that previous lap. Let's see what the sector looks like. 2 tenths down, Seidlitz 4.1. So certainly, yeah, I mean, along the Kemmel Straight, Quadrato gains at time, but in the last sector and a half, it certainly goes the way of Seidlitz. It's now down to 3.7 seconds. And no messing about, because Seidlitz is very quickly heading towards quality times here. 2:12.6, the fastest lap that Seidlitz has set. In fact, that is the fastest lap that anyone's set in the race so far. So incredible time that he's set, and he really is putting a pressure on Quadrato from a distance. Is he going to have enough time to craft out an overtake? If he does get it done, it's going to be through Blanchimont or the final chicane on the last lap. It is certainly heading that way. Jasper, sorry. In a battle with Sen after that second pit stop. Sen back inside the top 10. But it's definitely got Jasper for company. Oh, I'll tell you what, Seidlitz 3 seconds down, absolutely flying. Sorry, bear with me one moment. Apologies, quick pit stop for the commentary team there. Quadrato still in the lead, but it is now only 2 seconds of a gap back to Seidlitz. In fact, the drop to below 2 seconds. This is going to be an absolute grandstand finish. We are on lap, or about to start lap number 32. 1.6 seconds is the gap, and there's a bit of traffic as well that Quadrato's got to deal with. Really holding on back. Oh, he spun it, Seidlitz, nobody near him, through the source, he spun it, he got to within a second and a half, and he's potentially going to lose second place. He is going to lose second place. Hornehead comes down the start-finish straight, and he's absolutely got him back to rights there. Seidlitz, nobody near him, makes an unforced error through the source. He was absolutely nailing the laps there. Took another 2/10 off the quickest lap of the race there on that previous lap. Gets into turn number 1 and finds himself in 3rd place. 7.8 seconds he's managed to lose in that first sector, and that has put Haunted out of absolutely no place into 2nd place, and Quadrato will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. Huge sigh of relief. Seidlitz has definitely got the pace to still make up the difference in just, but his tyres are going to be absolutely cooked, and he's got to get his way past Haunted first, and Haunted, I'm sure, is going to be in no rush whatsoever to be giving up the 2nd place that he's just been handed. Wow, this has been absolutely drama-filled from start to finish. It was still going. In fact, there's Voss and Paskov. Okay, not quite as close as that is suggesting. Yeah, Zonderfreak and Chris VR though, these two are still dueling away just outside the top 10. It's Chris VR that's got the run at the moment with Zonderfreak in that Porsche. We've seen what they can do in a straight line round here. I don't think it'll be too long before that one changes hands. Seidlitz and Haunted though, how does this one play out? This is absolutely wild. The Porsche and Seidlitz really has got that stabbable exit. He is. Oh, he's on a bit of a wiggle there almost. Just holding on to the back of the car, later on the brakes, gives it full send into the final chicane, makes it stick. Haunted having no part of that one there. He has let Seidlitz through. Can Seidlitz now catch up to Quadrato ahead? He's got 9.5 seconds to make up with only 4 laps left to do so. Yep, I think this is race run there. Quadrato just needs to keep it between the Mayo and the Mustard for the next few laps, and that is going to be the race win there. Haunted certainly not done with Seidlitz. He's only a couple of tenths down. And we've got blue flags as well along the Kemmel Straight. They'll both be looking to use a bit of slipstream from that as well. All about the slipstream around here, and they do so. Seidlitz manages to get on the racing line just as he gets into the braking zone. Haunted was side by side there, hasn't slowed him down any though. Well, although as I say that, Seidlitz almost leaving him standing as they head down the hill. Sorrow 29 seconds down with Gians and Lemkin still 5th and 6th place. HGM and Filipowicz. They're still pretty close as well as Chris VR and Zonderfreak, so try and keep an eye on these drivers as well. De Bock, he's closing up on Leopardin 3D as well, who is carrying a bit of damage in that Porsche. On the Aston Martin, I'm looking up the inside, not quite close enough this time. I don't think it's going to be too long before he gets past here. We've got a car, I believe, just coming to pits. I thought we saw someone coming in the pits, but nope, nothing doing. Seidlitz 9.5, so still down on his lap time. It was Zonderfreak coming in. Oh yeah, late dash in tyres. No fuel. Now I wonder if that was a penalty. I've got another couple of follows as well. Canchois Thank you very much, and you for 26 as well. Thank you for joining the 15,000 followers now on between Twitch, between the German and English channels on Twitch. Actually, I need to check and see how many's on the Spanish channel as well. Fast growing on YouTube too. Tell you what, Zaidlet's right back in the groove. Yeah, even now he is going quicker than Quadrato. I do think it's going to be too little too late. Given what we've just seen. Sent in 9th place. And it is Filipowicz. He's got ahead 7 seconds to make up there. That might be a bit much as well. Chris Viard did get past. He's still ahead of Leopard in the box, still behind. Rodriguez still ahead of Pascoe by quite some distance now as well, so that gap's gone in his favour. Wake up with a good gap back to Zonda Freak, so that's a blue flag he's got there. Foxtrot down in 20th with Souza in 21st. Vanya, Mad, Mekro, Tomahawk, Antidemico and Nofty Nater all inside the top 20, but all still in the race. We're at 27 cars in the race. No safety car deployment either. Not been any major incidents. There's been a couple of big crashes, but not involving any more than a couple of cars at a time. So no safety car for this one. Seidlitz at 9 seconds. Yeah, Quadrato just looking to bring this home. Seidlitz will be absolutely kicking himself. Completely unforced error. No one near him, sets the fastest lap of the race and then bins it in La Source. Oh, Lemkin Jans. Okay, slightly bigger gap than that would allude to. Yeah, 4 seconds between them. But Lemp still bringing home a good solid 6th position. Cannot argue with that. Seidlitz and Quadrato still trading sector times. But it is Quadrato with a solid grip now. 34 laps complete, 2 laps left to go here for the final 250 kilometre celebratory event for 250,000 users on a low fuel motorsport. Of course, the monster of a racing platform. You've got Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa Automobilista 2, Race Room and EAWRC all on there. 113,059,867 competitive laps driven. And yeah, what we're now week 12, season 19 we are into. An absolutely incredible achievement and a phenomenal organisation. Big shout out to Boris Schalk for getting the whole thing started. Absolute legend. And yeah, certainly on behalf of the broadcasters, we absolutely love it. And big shout out to the broadcasters as well. Tim, John, of course Christian the man, Romano, had Olaf on yesterday as well. We are absolutely blessed to be able to bring you coverage of these races, these drivers. Absolute tip of the tree. We'll say that's now 8.3, so he is still quicker than Quadrato, but it is going to be it's not going to be enough. Yeah, I'm sure Quadrato will be breathing an absolute sigh of relief because Seidlitz was destroying that gap down to 1.6 seconds with 5 or 6 laps to go. He was absolutely in the hunt for that race win. Of course, Sen was as well until that big contact. Just two blue flag cars battling for position made the slightest bit of contact at the worst possible point through Blanchimont, and that is yeah, lots of cars off track and plenty of damage for them to contend with as well, unfortunately. And that has cost him a run at the race win. CJVR just checking any more overtakes in the offing. De Bock and Leopardin. Leopardin doing well despite that damage, keeping De Bock behind him. Seidlich 8.4. Yep, Quadrato just comfortably bringing this one home now. Oh, now Filipowicz in HTM. No, yeah, no, could be. Yeah, carrying the flag for the non-Porsches, Lemke and Filipowicz, Gians. Having a great race as well. It's flown mostly under the radar, to be fair. But holding on to a solid 5th position, so great race for them as well. HTM, Filipowicz and Sen all in the top 10, and Jasper as well. Solid race, up and down, a few incidents here and there. Pitted bang on the halfway mark. It's good enough strategy to get the BMW inside the top 10. Seidlich within 8 seconds. Oh wow, absolute heartbreaking. I think this is going to be the final lap though. We'll see if we get a checkered flag. It's going to be Quadrato crossing the line. M. King taking the checkered flag in pole position in qualifying, but it is going to be Quadrato. Does have one more lap to go. So there we go. So this is lap number 36 now. 250 kilometres will be completed by the time he crosses the line. Probably almost completed now. With that 7.6. So one more lap to go. Plenty of traffic as well. Just what you need to see. Mecro just ahead of him onto the Kemmel Straight. Oh yeah, won't quite catch him before Melody. Lemke and Gian still a big gap there. Seidlich still absolutely monstering in the laps. 7.3, can't improve on the 2 minute 12.4. That's been the fastest lap of the race so far. Oh, wake up. Just getting involved with some more traffic. Son de Freak a bit down the road, so too is Foxtrot Souza. Still in 21st. Certainly a case of what could have been for the Porsche driver. A couple of pit stops, definitely not making it easy. Quadrato though, taking all of the credit. Certainly got a bit lucky with one or two of the incidents, but you've got to be, sometimes you need a bit of that luck, and it has certainly helped. Managed to avoid a big contact ahead, swept his way through as Sen got completely taken out, and then yes, stayed massively in the hunt for the race win. Takes himself out at turn number 1, but none of that I can say to Quadrato. Now 36 laps completed, and the checkered flag on the way for the winner of race number 3 of the 250,000 user special events here at LFM. We've had Assetto Corsa at the Nordschleife, we've had ACC at Spa, and this is the checkered flag for Automobilista 2 at Spa, and it will be waved for Quadrato. What a race from start to finish. Absolutely action-packed for Quadrato. Certainly not a walk in the park, that's for sure. No easy Sunday drive. Seidlich crosses the line to take the checkered flag for second place, and Haunted will round out the podium. An all Porsche affair all the way down to 6th position. Sorrow comes across the line in the Porsche for a solid 4th place, and then it is Gian's, another Porsche. A great race for Gian's again. Pretty much flown the race under the radar. Lap 24 pit stop, and that has brought Gian's home. In 5th place there is Lemke, not far behind in the first non-Porsche in the top 10. 6th place HGM, quickly behind in the Chevy. Good race for HGM, making up quite a few places as well. So absolutely solid race And there comes Sen, 8th position at the end. Filipowicz not too far behind as they're all queuing up there. And Jesper and CJ crossing positions, or swapping positions out with the final corner. It's going to be CJ that gets the job done and takes 10th place. Jasper in 11th. Leopardin in 12th. We've got Chris VR. Can we make that go away? De Bock in 14th, Rodriguez in 15th, it was Paskog and Voss 17th and 18th, Wake Up and Zondafreak have been classified 18th and 19th, with Foxtrot rounding out the top 20, Souza in 21st place, Vanya Mad Mecro and Tomahawk 21 through 25, and Anti Domenico and Nothinator 26th and 27th, 3 cars. Not making it to the end of the race, unfortunately, but yeah, Spa will absolutely do that to you. And there is confirmation of the final results. We'll get them up on screen in a moment. Oops. We pushed the wrong button there, but there we go. We will get that one up and running. But as I said, that was the final race. What a weekend of racing it has been. All to celebrate 250,000 users. 258,885 racers all signed up to LFM. The finest ELO system on the planet. You get incredible racing time. And again, I've used the service myself multiple times in the rookies, granted, but it's still absolutely incredible. In fact, we've had another 14 people join since the race started. 113,059,867 competitive laps driven by the drivers. Huge thank you to everyone that's gotten involved. And of course, big shout out to the Jonathan No. We've got Big Chris that does the German broadcast on Peel on the Spanish broadcast. Big shout out and thank you to them as well for all their hard work bringing the broadcast to an absolutely incredible job. A great weekend of racing, but fear not, we'll be back, of course, on Thursday night, the continuation of the Pro Series, so make sure you get yourself tuned in for that one. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe or follow button on Twitch, YouTube, come on, you know you want to. Get yourself stuck in and you can join in on all of the action, and it is absolutely never ending around here. So yeah, make sure you tune in for that season 19. Get into some interesting times. The Pro Series, as I say, will be back on the 25th for the final round. That'll be with Olaf. I'll be back next Sunday with the final round of the Endurance Series. So make sure you get tuned in for that. That is all we have time for. Again, huge thank you to everybody at LFM. All the drivers, all the supporters, all the viewers, all the admins. It's absolutely incredible to be involved with. And yeah, on to bigger and better things. Until next time though, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.